Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 187. This is Barry here with you in the studio on Tuesday, April the 6th. Thanks for joining myself and Georgia here today, and we welcome you on board and welcome on board the Central Coast viewers and the Gosford viewers as well. Thanks for tuning in with us today. Well, today I'm going to be touching on again preparing for the Easter show and leaving on time for the Easter show. Now, joining me in the studio, good morning to my offside of Georgia. Welcome to you.
Thank you. Good to be here, Barry.
And like I've just said, the Easter show is on, and if you are going, please be well prepared for that, including weather conditions. Here's my offsider for her opening sequence on this.
Yes, it's important at the Easter show to be prepared for any weather, because once you're out there, it's pretty open in the elements. There's not a lot of cover. So make sure you're prepared and leave early and have everything you need, like sunscreen and a rain jacket.
Well, before I continue about the Easter show, good luck to my former co-host who finished the rap with me last Tuesday. Her last one with me, but I won't wallow because I know that I've got excellent staff to cover to do the show with me. So enough of the negativity now. So like my offsider said, be prepared for the show and don't get halfway there and think, oh no, I haven't got everything. Here's my offsider.
Yes, it's important to make sure that you have everything the first time, because you don't want to turn around and then get stuck in all the traffic on the way back. And yeah, just make sure you have everything so you don't need to buy things there, because that's a waste of money. And yeah, just make sure you're prepared, check the weather forecast and all of that.
And make sure to, guys, that the day before you go to the Easter show, have a team meeting, okay, to discuss what's going to work and what's not going to work, because if you're planning an outing with the guys from CADS, guys, always make sure that you know where you're going, how long it's going to take you to get there to the Easter show, okay, and make sure that you refuel the bus the day before you go, because the last thing you want to have to do is realize, oh no, there's not enough diesel in the vehicle. So please make sure drivers that you've got enough fuel in the buses. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, definitely don't want to run out of fuel on the way there or on the way back, because you want to be able to enjoy your day. So being as prepared as possible means you spend the maximum amount of time there and have fun without having to stop and get petrol and
diesel.
And diesel, yes.
So be prepared, guys, for the Easter show, and make sure you have your gloves, your cutlery, your cups, your plates, your personal care equipment, etc. Here's my offsider.
Yes, again, you want to make sure you're prepared and have all your everything that you're going to need for the day. You don't want to get sunburnt or not have proper personal care. So yeah, just make sure that you have a list and then you tick everything off the night before.
And make sure that you have your mobile phones with you too. Make sure that they are charged. And whilst you are at the show, guys, make sure you arrange a meeting point, like a starting point, and make sure that you know where to meet everyone for lunch and when it's time to go. Here's my offsider.
Yes, it's important because sometimes when you're in a group you can split up or on purpose or on accident. So make sure that you establish where you're going to meet and what time as well, so people can get there and then you can head home or meet and then go somewhere else to have lunch or go see a certain show that you want to see.
And make sure that you text or phone the person that is accompanying you with the client at the show and arrange a meeting point with them, because this is most important, as the Sydney Showgrounds at Homebush can be a flipping great big nuisance if you get lost there. And be aware of the crowds as well, guys, because you don't want to be crushed in amongst the crowds. Here's my offsider.
No, you don't want to be in the crowds, crushed with everyone, especially if you're with a client. You want to make sure that there's space around them and that everyone has their personal space. But this year I think it will be pretty busy, so it might be beneficial to maybe split up into small groups. And then, like you said, make sure that everyone has each other's number and can rejoin at lunch and at the end of the day.
And make sure that you have a first aid kit if someone is gets injured at the show, because the last thing you want to have happen, or don't want to have happen, show lovers, is someone getting hurt and then trying to find a first aid tent at the show. So if there is a first aid kit in the bus, make sure that you carry that with you as well in case someone does get hurt. But if someone does get hurt, okay, call 000 for an ambulance. Here's my offsider.
Yes, it's important to have your first aid kit, but at the same time, if your first aid kit can't handle the injury that's happened, make sure you contact 000, or there might be some first aid people at the show, like a first aid tent that you can go to. So yeah, just make sure you're prepared.
Because the last thing that you don't want to have happen, guys, is injuries at the show, because you want to have a good day out there, guys, and make sure that you compromise on who's going to do what at the show, what they're going to do there. And before you leave here, okay, make sure you discuss who's going to drive the vans there and who's going to drive the vans back. Here's my offsider.
Yes, it's important to know who's driving where and have all of the logistics figured out, so then on the day you can just manage the clients and make sure that they're all good and prepared, because if you're unprepared yourself, that could cause time delays and then no one gets the maximum amount of time at the show.
And make sure, like I just said a couple of seconds ago, compromise on who's gonna drive the bus with the clients to the show and who is going to drive back. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, you want to be able to share the loads. You don't want one person doing all the work. So, yeah, just establishing who's comfortable driving there and then back, and make sure that everyone has their responsibilities and it's an even spread.
And make sure, guys, that you, like I've said in the opening sequence, okay, arrange a meeting point, okay, because there may be a designated parking spot for the buses, so make sure you know where. Make sure you know where you park the buses before you went into the gate, and look on the map on where the exit is, okay, so that you can easily find your way back to the bus at the end of the day. Here's my outsider.
Yes, it's important to look at the map. I'm sure there's a parking lot map on the website to see where you can park the vans or where the disability parking is,
And
so you can go straight there.
And make sure that you know whether there is an accessible bathroom there as well, and make sure that there's one close by. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you know all the accessible facilities that they have, which I'm sure that they do have accessible bathrooms at the Easter show, and you want to know the location of those so you can get there quickly and figure it out, so you don't need to spend the whole day looking for the bathrooms.
So, or get a map at the gate when you purchase your tickets, or you can get one online. Look on the website on how to obtain a map so that you don't have to get one on the day. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, the maps can be really useful to get to where you need to be and not waste time, because it is a long day. So yeah, I'm sure there's a digital map probably, or a physical one that you can get at the show. So.
And make sure that you leave on time, guys. Okay. Now, even though there might not be any traffic, but make sure that you are prepared for any traffic delays, okay? So if there's traffic, please be patient. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, I think it might be pretty busy at the Easter show this year because it wasn't on last year. So yeah, just make sure that you leave early and leave in plenty of time. And if there is traffic, to just be patient because everyone will get in eventually.
Okay, because and the same going back, so leave the show early so that you can beat all the traffic and get back in time, guys, and work out and have a discussion about what worked on the day and what didn't, so when next year's Easter show comes around, maybe you can plan it a bit better, decide what will work and what won't work. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, it's definitely important to reflect on how the show goes so you can make it better every year for the clients and stress-free for everyone.
And that's the end of segment 1. Segment 2 is coming up. The time is 8 minutes past 11 here on Tuesday morning. Barry and Georgia with you on episode 108 87 today.